Hi, I'm Kelly Bailey with Health Centered Life, and I'm here to help you learn how to grow your doTERRA business. Today, we are going to talk about social media and how you can share on social media without being salesy and without annoying all your friends and having people block you and stop being your friend and all of those good things. So, there's a good and a bad way to do social media, and I will preface this by saying I'm not a social media expert or a guru, but I have found kind of my place in this world and how to share doTERRA with my friends and family without seeming overpowering or like that person that only has oils to talk about. So a couple of strategies that I'm going to talk about are how to post on your page in a good balance with your own personal life stories and pictures of your cute kids and cat videos and whatever else you're sharing on your page. And another thing we're going to talk about is how to get new leads from your Facebook groups and your Facebook friends that might be interested in your product now or down the road, and how to do that in a way that doesn't seem like salesy and weird, because we all don't want to do that, and we don't want to give doTERRA a bad name. A lot of MLMs do kind of have that more of a pushy, salesy approach, and that's not what the heart of doTERRA is. And so we want to make sure that the culture of doTERRA is being held up by the way that we share with other people. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is kind of the percentage of time you should talk about doTERRA in your business and the percentage of time you should talk about your own personal things on your wall. So most people will agree that that balance is about 20% business and about 80% personal. So if you find yourself you look back on your wall, you can look at it right now. You can look on your wall on Facebook and see whether or not you're very heavily business oriented, or if you're too heavy on the personal and you're afraid to share the business side of what you're doing with your life. One of the things that I like to do is make some of my personal posts slightly businessy. So I might say, hey, we're headed to Florida with my kids and had a grumpy little 4-year-old in the back seat, and I wasn't able to calm him down just talking to him, so we gave him some peace and some cheer, and we had him choose between the two, and he got to smell them, and he ended up putting both of them on him, and now we are traveling and doing great. So thumbs up for doTERRA products or whatever. So that was a way I was sort of sharing about what we were doing that day, but it was a real life situation that all moms have dealt with and all parents have dealt with, is that cranky kid in the car, and you can't stop because you're on a mission and you gotta just deal with it. So if you keep some oils in your car, you might have a happier, healthier life. So that actually appealed to several of my friends, and they started, well, what's peace and what's cheer? Sounds like something I might want. But it wasn't salesy, and I didn't put a link to my doTERRA site, and I didn't say these are however many dollars plus tax and you can get yours today. That's salesy and that's awkward and weird, and nobody wants to hear that. So one of the things you'll want to do is just make it very, very organic and friendly. And my phone is ringing. So definitely work the oils into your life. If you're not using the oils on a daily basis in your life, you're going to have a really hard time sharing about them naturally, because all you're thinking about is enrollment kits or things like that, instead of dropping it in your water and things like that. So another thing I like to do, this is really important because Facebook Live videos are getting a lot of traction these days, because Facebook, that's their thing. No one else has Facebook Live. So because it's their thing, they're pushing those types of posts to the top of the feed. And so if you make a text post or a picture post, it's not going to get as much traction as a Facebook Live post, because Facebook's really proud of their Facebook Live. So embracing that and getting comfortable in front of the camera is really good. So I might do a post with my little girl about how to make foaming hand soap one day, or I might show how my sink was a little grimy, or my oven or something like that, and I was able to use lemon oil to kind of easily get it off. It's quick. It doesn't require a lot of time. You don't need to do your hair and makeup. This is part of my life. This is something we did today, and this is how we've incorporated oils into our life, and this is how you can too. Like, let me know if this is something you'd ever like to try or sample out. So now that we've kind of talked about how to share doTERRA naturally on your personal page, the next thing I want to talk about is how to get more people to even be your friend or be your circle, in your circle on Facebook. So one of the things that I do is I really encourage my leaders and my builders to be part of groups on Facebook that are really important to them and that are relevant to their life. Maybe they're homeschooling parents, maybe they're homesteaders, maybe they have certain even political beliefs or interest in hiking or things like that, be part of those groups. I'm part of a lot of groups of people who don't want to use pharmaceuticals as much as possible, so they're already kind of more naturally minded anyway. And so I see these things, and they're in my feed all the time. And so I'll see other moms and other people posting things, and I'm like, you know what? She is a person that I would get along with in real life, and I'd like to get to know her better. And so I'll do a friend request, and I'm not trying to sell her anything. I'm literally trying to get to know her, and eventually I'll see her posts and I'll like them, and liking her post is kind of like giving her a little high five. And if I comment on her post, it's like giving her a hug. So those are the kinds of, if you think about those interactions with those people, if you're interacting on their posts, they're going to be more likely to interact on yours, and they're going to be more interested in what you have to say because you're not just using them in a way. So definitely become part of the lives of the people that you're friending on Facebook, and be intentional about making new friends. I know a lot of us, if you're a parent that's staying home with your kids or working from home, you might not be out in the public and meeting people all the time. And that can sometimes pose a problem. I call it just a tiny little roadblock because there's always ways around things, and that's one of the things we talked about in a previous video, is how to get over those roadblocks. But if you're not constantly around other people, then you do need to embrace social media if you want to grow your business in doTERRA. So you're going to want to be making new friends online and finding ways to get involved in your community and volunteering and doing things like that. So when I friend somebody from a group like that, I just hope that eventually they're going to be interested in something that I say or I do on my personal wall. And that actually happens more frequently than you know. And I'm able to reach more people with the product. And again, it comes back to a heart of service. So I truly, firmly believe that these products are life-changing for everyone who comes into contact with them. So it's not hard for me to want all of my friends to know about them. So if that's where you're coming from, that's going to come through on your posts. One thing I would caution you against is to make your whole cover photo and your profile photo all about the company that you work with, especially if you're with doTERRA. I guess if you're with some other company, you can do whatever you want, and I'm not going to care as much, but I really do like to protect the culture of doTERRA. And if you think about how you would feel if you made a new friend online and you went to her page and all you saw is business, just straight up cover photo, personal profile photo, you might have your block up right away. Like, oh, this person is serious. She is gonna try to sell me something. I think I'm gonna just back off and not give her too much of my time. And you don't want to do that. If you look at my Facebook profile, which I'm not going to give it to you because I don't know half of the people who are going to be watching this, but if you look at mine, you're going to see pictures of my family, and you're going to see that I am involved with doTERRA as part of my occupation, but that's the only place I'm going to mention that. And my little blurb just says that I'm a natural health enthusiast. So you can take this as far as you want. People will have different advice on this, but I just say don't make yourself a billboard for your company. Make yourself a billboard for your lifestyle, and that's going to really come across to people, and they're not going to have their guard up when they first meet you. So go out there, rock your doTERRA business. If you would like to share this video, you can with anyone you'd like. And if you want to check out more about our family and what I'm doing with doTERRA, you can go to healthcenteredlife.com, and we'll have more videos on business tips and tricks because we want you to succeed in this business. It is a beautiful business to be part of, and I hope you're having a great day.